So this brings us to the end of the complete Showgunners playthrough, including the DLC. And honestly, it was a very dramatic ending, which fits perfectly with Scarlett's emotional background and the story the game has been building up to that point. And for me, that final moment landed really well. It was a really nice surprise at the end, at least in my gameplay. Overall, this was a very fun game with a surprisingly original setting. It feels like a cyberpunk Hunger Games style spectacle turned up to 11. And it's actually very well made. Scarlett's background story, though, it's relatively simple. It's emotional, but still straightforward. And I think that's fine because the real strength of the game is clearly the tactical combat. The arena fights are cinematic, brutal, and they generally require planning and strategy. I played the entire game on hard difficulty from start to finish, and while I found the fights consistently challenging, I wouldn't necessarily call them hard. In fact, the DLC arenas were easily the most demanding content in the game. And they really pushed the tactical thinking and the risk management to the limit. But even those felt manageable. I don't consider myself an expert at turn-based tactical games, but in my personal opinion, hard difficulty in Showgunners is probably closer to normal difficulty in many other games of this type. But again, that's just my experience. What really impressed me though is that the game keeps introducing new ideas all the way to the end. I never felt bored, and that's exactly why when the game asked me whether I wanted to play the DLC before the final fight, I picked yes without even thinking twice. And the DLC absolutely delivered. It was totally worth it. Visually, the game looks great. It's polished, detailed, sometimes maybe a bit too detailed, but it perfectly captures the feeling of being a prisoner in the bloodthirsty TV show where your only purpose is to entertain an audience for profit. The characters are generally very likable, and if I had to rank them from most to least preferred, it would probably be Scarlett, Tybalt, Warden, Phantom, Zoe, and Marcus at the end. I didn't include Mari in that list because to me he mostly felt like a tutorial companion rather than a full character. Sound and music are fine, but nothing particularly stands out. Lots of gunfire, crowd noise, and arena ambience. That said, the live commentator was easily the best part of the audio design and added a lot to the atmosphere. Performance wise, the game ran mostly fine for me. There were some occasional stutters and a few weird camera moments, but nothing game breaking. In terms of length, it took me about 30 hours to finish the full game plus the DLC on hard difficulty with almost 100% completion, I would say. And honestly, I think the length of Showgunners is right in the sweet spot. Not so short that it feels unsatisfying, and not so long that it starts to drag or turn into a grind. It's just right. Normally, I would rate this game a 7 out of 10, but I'm giving it an 8 out of 10, and the reason for that extra point is important to me. Showgunners manages to do something that many combat-focused, turn-based tactical games fail at. And more exactly, it doesn't turn every fight into a rigid puzzle. Instead, it lets you win your own way, at your own pace, using your own tactical decisions, rather than forcing a very specific sequence of actions to succeed, to win, basically. Overall, this was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it as well. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and maybe even subscribe to the channel. And thank you very much to everyone who already did. Until next time, I wish you all the best. Stay safe, take care, and bye bye.